Shalom and welcome to day number 65 of the 333-day experience of reading and meditating on the scriptures, the Word of God. My prayer and declaration for you today is that the peace of God settles over all your thoughts, over your body, soul, and spirit, and give you good health and good life and good expectations and the path that you should take. We are reading the entire Bible in 333 days and we meditate daily on the scriptures. We are reading from the reading plan developed by Hagar Academy. We gather here daily for our guided meditation based on today's reading. Our day number 65 reading and meditation is as follows. Identity and mind renewal. We are in the book of Isaiah 65. One more chapter to go. And prosperity and wisdom conditioning, we are in Psalms 47. And then the formation of God's people, we are in the book of Numbers, chapters 8 and 9. In Isaiah 65, God speaks of new heavens and a new earth. This is a prophecy, and it is also God's intention to reveal new horizons and also renew what already exists. Jesus, when he was here on earth, he said, "You cannot put new wine into old wineskins." What are we looking at here when we are looking at these two statements and in context of Isaiah 65? It is before you enter new horizons, you must prepare physically and emotionally to be there in those new horizons and to thrive. Are you in a season where you don't expect much to change anymore? You have given up on some dreams or desires, not because you lack faith, but because you have learned to manage disappointment by lowering your expectations. Your outlook has been trapped into a mold and it's now stuck. Do you lower in adjustment your expectations to match what you have already experienced before? If you find yourself in that kind of a situation, this is what is normally termed a dead circle walk, out in the woods hunting or just strolling. It is when one is moving in an unintentional loop, believing you are progressing forward, but you find yourself at the same endpoint always. You start something and it looks new and promising, and you find yourself right at the same endpoint again. And without realizing it, you are living from former realities. But today, let this reading and meditation of Isaiah 65 about new heavens and new earth disrupt this pattern as God reveals something for you during this meditation. God says, "I am creating something new." Don't hold on to what was in your mind and in your remembrance. In other words, go against the former mold, realizing something important for you is very crucial. Your environment may not yet change and suddenly change, but your perception has to change. Before you approach life assuming limits, that's how you lived. You approach life looking at limits, and limits that suffocated you, limits based on past outcomes, on past seasons and past versions of who you were. But God is not asking you or me to strive harder when he talks about new heavens and the earth. He is inviting us to expect differently. Isaiah 65 says God answers before we even finish asking. That means that God isn't waiting on our perfection or on our capacity to be able to deliver something to Him. He is inviting us to come into alignment with His word and His promises. So now, live with expectation, not urgency. Live with joy. Don't rehearse what used to be. Stay attentive to what God is creating in the now. And today, choose to expect renewal. Not some other day, not some later time today, but here in this moment, as God continues His work on you, raise your expectation, raise your faith. Now let us get into our guided meditation for today. And then for our breath exercise meditation, take note of this, that our life is not just the body and the things we have done or accomplished. It is the breath of God in us. Without it, there is no life. Without that breath, there is no life for the earthly body or the soul. Just as your breath and my breath is here with us, so is God with you, ever present. As much as your breath is present with you, God is ever present. So say this with me intentionally. I breathe in the promise of new heavens and a renewed earth, and I accept the new unlimited heavenly and spiritual realities that are being revealed to me now, even when I am not aware of them. I receive God's renewal, unbound by my past or my former limits. With every breath, I let my faith activate the extraordinary. I allow God to renew the natural realities in my life, just as Abraham and Sarah's youth was renewed. So I do not limit what the power and the desire of God can do in my body and my physical environment. I give Him preeminence. I let my breath and expectation be a sign of agreement that with what God is creating within and around me, I am a part of it. In our identity and mind renewal meditation from Isaiah 65, meditate on this truth and say, I am no longer defined by former realities. God is creating something new within me and around me. My mind releases old patterns and receives joy as my portion. I am formed for delight, not despair. My identity aligns with God's creative word. I rejoice with what He rejoices over on concerning me. My thoughts now agree with heaven's future. What God is for me is good. What God is creating is intentional. I live aware that renewal is active and working within me. For our wisdom conditioning meditation coming from our reading of Psalms 47, declare this with confidence and calm. Say, God reigns as King over all the earth. Authority belongs to Him, not to circumstances. I condition my mind to respond with trust, not fear. My decisions, what I decide, reflect reverence to God, clarity, and praise. As I honor divine order, stability forms within me. Wisdom grows within me where worship replaces anxiety. And my confidence rises as I remember who governs my life. I stand secure because God reigns. For our formation meditation from Numbers chapter 8 and 9, declare this slowly with me and say, I am set apart with purpose. I move when God signals, and I rest when He commands rest. I discipline myself by refining my alignment to the Word of God that protects me. I am being built into a people who carry God's presence forward faithfully. I trust God's timing and I honor His direction. My life reflects His order. And lastly, for today, for our activation meditation, say this with intention and clarity. Say, I arise in agreement with God's timing and authority. I move when He leads and remain when He anchors me. Today, I respond to divine signals with clarity and courage. My life becomes a visible expression of God's reign. Joy fuels my obedience and wisdom directs my steps. And thank you for joining me today on day number 65 of our journey through the Word of God, meditating on it. Return tomorrow and let's continue together being renewed, being transformed, and being aligned with God's purpose. And may God bless and keep you safe, delighted, and happy. Shalom.